Hello, my faithful legion. Game Gods welcomes you. Now, in case you haven't been up to speed and everything, me and Kiyomi have been a little bit MIA. I know. It's because we're moving everything over from Fit Gamers to this channel. So we're no longer over there on Fit Gamers. We're here on Game Gods exclusively. So make sure that you subscribe, join us over here to see all the latest, hottest, and greatest videos. Become part of the Legion. Now, what's going on right now is Nintendo apparently just released some hot shit. Now, I haven't seen everything, I don't know everything yet, but I do know that it's a tablet, and I do know the price point. I've seen some pictures, and we're going to get into that, let you guys know everything that we know. Now, here's the thing. Nintendo's only got one more chance. This is it with Nintendo. Nintendo's been failing for years, console after console, and just no, underpowered, just not doing well at all. So I want to see Nintendo. I want to see Nintendo rise above, become something, become more what they used to be. So we're gonna watch this video. We're gonna find out what kind of specs it has. Get a better idea of what it looks like, what it can do. You know, let's find out what's going on. So let's see here. Gonna go to YouTube's. Alright, here we go. Posted 14 hours ago. 7 million views 14 hours ago? What the? You guys need to start watching my videos like that. Alright, let's see. Got some dude on the couch. Just playing some games. Some Zelda, huh? The dog wants to play? What's up with that? Ah, okay. What? His controller just broke apart. The man just broke his controller. Okay, so he puts it on the tablet thing. Okay, so this is what it's come to, guys. No longer do you take your dogs on walks to the park and play with it. You take your dog outside and you're there literally just to make sure that it doesn't get hit by a car somewhere while you play video games. Wait a sec. I know that was an SD card. Nah. So they're gonna use some kind of cartridge system, I guess, for this. That's what it looks like, at least. Okay. Skyrim. I just noticed that this commercial doesn't have any black people. Why are they showing old games? What's up with the old games? We need some new games. Oh, just when I say there's no black people, there we go. They put Kid and Play into this fucking commercial. Nintendo. Black people don't look like that. Not anymore, at least. And the one place where you could have black people playing basketball, there are no black people? What is this? What is this? A basketball court full of white guys? The one place you could have, like, politically correctly snuck some in. Nintendo, you're marketing, man. We're going to have to talk. We're going to have to talk about these commercials. Okay, this looks like a new Mario, at least. I mean, that's a good thing. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong because I don't play Wii or anything like that, but I think that's a new Mario, which is which is awesome, actually. Let's, were they just playing in half of a controller right there? They played in half of a controller. That's pretty wild. All right. And this like some esports team. Nintendo's gonna have to step their game up like super super hard if they want to compete in esports. They got some fucking aspirations. Oh, so what's this like? Team MLG versus Team Normal? I'm telling you right now. I'm calling it. Calling the match. Team Normal's gonna get shit on. I'm just saying. Interesting. Okay. Coming March 17th. Interesting. So basically, Nintendo is just like straight up did that Nintendo thing where they introduce something right about the time where it's time to bring it out. I can't say that's actually a Nintendo thing. Lately, video game manufacturers, Sony, we're looking at you, have been trying to introduce hardware close to when they're bringing it out, which is good and bad. It means that if the hardware isn't what we want, they don't have the time needed to make the changes. I mean, let's look at PlayStation VR. It's all right. It's not what a lot of us were hoping for. But moving on from that, Nintendo, you got to step your game up. Now, they didn't mention the specifications, which right away is a red flag because if they had some bolstering badass, yo, that's what Sony did, that's what Microsoft did. They're just playing around playing kid games. We're Nintendo. Check out these specs. If that was the case, it would have been in the video, but it was not in the video. Nowhere to be seen in the video. Just not there at all. Not even a little bit. So what that means is we need to be a little wary. Now I know what you're saying. You're saying Connecticut. What's the price in this thing? I thought you had some good idea about what was happening. What was happening? What was going on? All right, all right. Let's go ahead and get to that. Get to the price. What we do know is it's a tablet, right? What that means is it's going to be about this much. Okay. And remember, you heard that shit here first. This is your price. Bam! Right there, guys. That's your price. Now, I know you've probably had a heart attack looking at that. I don't blame you. But, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's no way I would buy this unless it's 900 bucks. You couldn't get me to buy this unless it was 900 bucks. It just wouldn't fucking happen. Now, let me tell you why. Okay? And let me tell you how I know that has to be the ballpark area for the price. Not too long ago, there was a really, really good release on a tablet gaming system. Well, more like a gaming tablet, I should say. Not a gaming system, gaming tablets, which is what this is. It's not a console. Don't get confused. It's not a console. It is a gaming tablet that happens to have a docking bay so that it easily transmits the signal to your TV, okay? So the Razer Edge Pro came out, and that was like 1,700 bucks with everything that you need to play it. What the fuck? $1,700, right? Now that probably sounds expensive and insane to you, but that's what this kind of shit costs. You're looking at a tablet like this, right? As thin as like a notebook that you had in middle school and shit, with technology and all that in it, right? And you expect something like that, this thin, to perform like a big ass PlayStation or a humongo fucking Xbox. No, that's not how technology works. The smaller something is, the more cost. So, in order to get it where it needs to be so that it can even begin to compete, it's going to have to be expensive. Even now, like the Google Pixel C and some of the other gaming tablets, they're like 600 bucks, and they're like mid-range. Some of those things only have like 2 or 3 gigs of RAM in them. Okay, so even there, 600 bucks. So if they come to market talking about some 299s and 399 shit, run the fuck away. Matter of fact, go get a dump truck, back it up to your nearest GameStop, open the doors, and tell them to just shove all of those Nintendo NX's Switches in there because they're going to be garbage. There's no way they're going to bring the technology with the docking bay and all the controllers, maybe even m- movement sensitivity, all that for $2 or $3.99. Not and have it where it has specifications to compete with Microsoft and Sony. Okay, it's just not going to happen. So it's going to have to be around the $900 ish area. Okay, there's just no way. And for years, and I'm gonna roll it back. I'm gonna roll it back real quick because I know you guys remember back in the day when Nintendo was squaring off with Sega, right? And the Mortal Kombat's dropped. Some of you kids are like way too young for this, but this is like the first Mortal Kombat and stuff, you know. There used to actually be a code you had to put in to see the blood in Nintendo. Sega, like you didn't have to put the code in, so I supported Sega for that decision. But Nintendo had the power and had the games, and they were at the top of the food chain there. Nintendo, you've fallen so far. You have fallen harder than angels, man. You went from the top all the way down to the very bottom. Matter of fact, you don't even count anymore. People don't even talk about you in console wars. So we're gonna see if you can go from being the console queen to possibly being a console king yet again, because you used to be there once. And it's not going to happen, Nintendo, unless you can bring the specifications. You can't pretend like there's not a console war going on. Every company who has stepped up to compete against Sony and Microsoft in the console war has lost. Everybody who's tried something gimmicky, shit like you're trying, like the UA and some of those other crappy things that are on paper aren't bad ideas, but what about that Steam bots? I told you guys that shit was gonna fail. The only reason you haven't dropped off the radar completely, Nintendo, is because you've been grandfathered in to this thing. If you were a new company trying the shit that you've been trying, you would have been out of here so fucking fast. I know I'm having a conversation with you like I'm the boss, and you're like a family member or a friend of the family. I'm like, if you weren't here back when this thing got started, and if I didn't know your mom and was banging her from behind, you'd have no place at this company, Nintendo. I know I'm having that talk with you, but it's true. There's no way, not the banging your mom. Nintendo doesn't have a mom. but it's true. If you hadn't been grandfathered into this by being the OG of modern console gaming, um, you would be out of business so fast. And I hope you know that because it's a true fucking statement, and you do know it. So in order for Nintendo to come through with this, they're gonna have to make sure this thing can compete with the PlayStations and the Xboxes. I mean, hell, we just got a new PlayStation now that has even more power, and next year we're getting the Xbox that has even more power. We're talking like what is this, 7 teraflops, some crazy shit like that. We got teraflops in this bitch. Nintendo, you gotta bring it. And I know all you out there, maybe you're Nintendo fans, maybe you're not, but definitely if you care anything at all about Nintendo, and I know companies don't like to do this when it's close to launch, they push a product out even if it's shit. But you need to let Nintendo know, and Twitter, any social media that you can get a hold of them, you need to let Nintendo know right now that this shit ain't no game, man. And if that isn't gonna be the bomb, if those specs aren't gonna make me lean back, far recline in my DS Racer, then they need to keep that shit off the shelves because they're gonna fuck themselves. That's right, Nintendo. You don't want to mess this up because I'm rooting for you. I really am. I just think that you guys are really stupid and you're gonna be really dumb, even though you're in a position to do some really good shit. I mean, can you guys imagine if they coupled the power with their innovation? Because, I mean, Microsoft, what are they doing that's really innovative? Nothing. Just powering a console, you know? Let's be honest. Sony's not doing it either, except for the VR. That's lately what they've done that's innovative. But other than that, it's power in a console, which is something that we all enjoy. It's great. I love it. Shit. That's why I spend a lot of my time. Let's be honest. That's where us gamers spend a lot of our lives. Let's be fucking real about it. But Nintendo brought something else to the table. They brought some serious innovation. They've tried some stuff. But the only reason they failed is because they're not bringing any fucking power. Can you imagine what would happen if Nintendo brought the power and the innovation? Man, shit would be real. So let Nintendo know, don't even ship this shit unless it has the power. Because yeah, it looks nice. We know that. Nintendo always has cool gimmicky looking shit. And I'm not saying gimmicky in a bad way. Gimmicky can be cool as long as it's got the power to do what it needs to do, you know? Like fuck it, a floating microwave would be neat, but it'd be shit if it couldn't heat your food. Right? So make sure that it can perform, Nintendo. Like what Nintendo has been doing for years now is similar to if somebody made a Ferrari and then put a Honda Civic engine in that bitch. Really? Like, honestly? So, no, no, Nintendo. Don't be that guy. Do it right this time. So, stay tuned here. Keep checking back in. Make sure that you hit the like button, smack that bam in the face, bam, and subscribe to join the Legion, Game Gods Legion. Because we're going to be covering all this Nintendo shit and of course everything video game related that's actually worth covering. We're going to try to get on that for you guys and make sure that we keep it real, raw, and unfiltered because we don't mess around over here. We give it to you guys like it is, and we give it to the companies like it is too. Pull no punches. That's how you get shit done. Let people know what's up. So, Kinetica out. See you next time, Game Gods.